This video is in no way intended as hate towards Wonyoung. This is a brand and marketing analysis of Wonyoung and how she managed to stay relevant when things were not in her favor.
Christine's, I'm Wonyoung, Kpop Christine's new model.
Wonyoung was the girl of 2022. She was ridiculously popular. But in 2024 and 2025, she should have flopped. If you look at IVE, they aren't making those stupidly viral hit songs anymore, but instead, they've been held up by the support of their super strong fan base. But even with that strong fan base, they aren't making songs that go viral outside of their fan base at the rate they used to. Wonyoung should have gone down alongside IVE, especially if you consider that her original brand and Wonyoungism have been slowly leaving the current trend. But for some reason, it's like she keeps getting more and more popular. So let's get into Wonyoung's brand and how despite the odds, she stayed relevant. But before that, we gotta remind ourselves what a brand is. A brand is your identity, your unique identity that makes you stand out next to your competitors. It's like a bunch of little things that define you. People might not actively think it, but subconsciously, it's what they associate you with. So let's get into Wonyoung's brand. The K-pop idol with the most well-known color brand is 100% Wonyoung. Wonyoung is pink. Weirdly enough, a lot of her association with pink is actually because of her fans. Yes, she does wear a lot of pink, but if it wasn't for the Wonyoungism followers, her association with pink wouldn't be as strong. They use Wonyoung as a piece of their pink Pilates princess mood boards, simultaneously associating Wonyoung with pink even more. Speaking of, let's get into Wonyoungism. Casual vibe. It's a lifestyle inspired by her that follows healthy eating, working out, skincare, and completing studies. As everything online, there were people who turned to the dark side of Wonyoungism, but generally it started as and was a positive lifestyle following all things Wonyoung, from pink to Innisfree. Which moves us to our next topic, skincare. Skincare has always been an integral part of the K-pop fandom. I think we've all seen those videos where they're like, oh, I found Chaewon's lip combo, and it's like them zooming in on a video and screenshotting the product she's using. But I think one big contributor to the popularity of discussing skincare in K-pop fan bases is definitely Wonyoung. She isn't the only idol that uses skincare, all of them do, but for some reason she is the one that you think of when you talk about skincare. People are always using her face as an example for dewy skin. Her Innisfree collab is one of the most viral K-pop sounds, and she is known for her plump, moisturized lips. But besides looking pretty, she is also, or at least Wonyoungism is associated with, being smart. Wonyoung originally actually wanted to be a lawyer, which, if you consider the survival show, that means she probably wanted to be a lawyer at 12 years old. Reports say that she got good grades and she was a very dedicated student. This transcends into Wonyoungism, where people are motivating each other to do well in school. This isn't one of the big parts of her brand and like her associations, but it's still very relevant in Wonyoungism, so I thought I might as well mention it. Next is confidence.
I don't care. You are you, I'm me.
One of the things Wonyoung has gone viral for is her confidence. In the idol industry, I've noticed that this isn't very common, especially amongst female idols. Generally, they're pushed this persona of she doesn't know she's beautiful. So when Wonyoung, who faced a huge hate train in 2022, she says phrases like you're you and I am me, she goes stupidly viral. Wonyoung was also strongly associated with the princess look, from her hair to also her makeup. Her silky, elegant, flowy hair always went viral alongside her soft but still sophisticated feminine makeup. There were a bunch of tutorials for her makeup looks, and everyone was making guides for her hairstyles. Wonyoung went on a variety show and she did some Pilates, and I think she mentioned that Pilates is actually one of her favorites. 1 second later, every K-pop stan was doing Pilates. The Wonyoung aesthetic and the pink Pilates princess aesthetic blew up at similar times, which was very convenient for Wonyoung as it made Pilates more well-known and therefore her association with it more profitable. But of course, Starship didn't invest in the whole Pilates thing whatsoever. No Wonyoung x Athleisure Company collab, no Wonyoung Pilates course, not even a single Wonyoung Pilates water bottle or headband. This frustrates me because it was such a clear opportunity, but not only does Starship suck, This also just isn't as common in the K-pop industry. Collabs do happen, but not these type of collabs. This is something more of you would see Hailey Bieber do. The thing about Wonyoung's brand, though, is that branding doesn't really work like this in K-pop. This is more of a Western formula that Western celebrities follow. As you've probably noticed, a lot of Wonyoung's brand wasn't built by her company, but by her and her fans. She herself is confident, she herself is smart, and her fans picked out the pictures where she was wearing pink and made her the symbol of skincare. Speaking of outfits, let me give you an outfit check. I have a fashion channel. Go check it out. Even though it was Starship that got her brand deal with Innisfree, they had no intent of making it part of Wonyoung's brand. It wasn't as strategic as, for example, Sabrina Carpenter teaming up with a brand like Victoria's Secret. Both have a suggestive feminine vibe, and it would push Sabrina's image of being sultry and playful further because of this association with Victoria's Secret. The reason I bring all this up is because in the West, sticking to the same brand for multiple years is fine. But in K-pop, it's a completely different story. K-pop groups switch their concept each comeback like it's normal, get 3 new hair colors each album release, and they never stick to the same sound for too long because it may get boring to the audience. Alongside this, if you are a member of a group, you normally don't get your own personal brand. You are part of a group, so you in some way need to blend in with your fellow members. So if Wonyoung accidentally made herself a strong and popular brand, it isn't going to be her downfall if it stops trending and she wants to develop a more mature image. This is the first point of Wonyoung's seemingly magical way of staying relevant. Her next genius move is that she makes herself a signature move, and every time it stops trending, she makes a new one. But she isn't tacky with it. So let's get into her signature moves. In March of 2024, we saw the rise of the Wonyoung twirl. During her concerts, she would do this playful but still elegant enough to resemble Wonyoung twirl. This added a new charming aspect to her, but it wasn't completely different from what she was known for earlier. The trick is that she did it at almost every single concert. So whether you liked it or not, you would start to remember this move. Sooner or later, people are recreating it either to look as magical as her or as a meme. She now has everyone doing her twirl. It's so genius that this became a trend around this time, as this was the period when Wonyoungism started quieting down and not pushing Wonyoung to the front of everyone's For You page anymore. She didn't wait too long, but she didn't do it too soon. Next came the birth of Lucky Vicky, which is actually my favorite. So Lucky Vicky basically started with her saying, "It's a calm and boring Tuesday, but thanks to M Countdown, if I hang in there for just one more day," oh, not Tuesday, Thursday. "If I hang in there for just one more day, it will be the weekend. I'm absolutely Lucky Vicky." Vicky is Wonyoung's English name, so with the phrase Lucky Vicky, she has made up a new mindset. Lucky Vicky is a mindset that focuses on the positives instead of dwelling on the negatives. No matter the situation, Wonyoung always finds a way to be Lucky Vicky. And just like with the twirl, Wonyoung was doing this everywhere. This quickly went viral in Korea for its cute, meaningful, and positive message, and eventually had even idols hopping onto this trend. Lucky Vicky was a very smart move for Wonyoung because it wasn't just an idea like glass half full. It also had a little action to it. This makes it more fun because it turns it into an emote. Lucky Vicky is easy to participate in, and all the people who didn't care for Wonyoungism can definitely join this trend. Another thing about Lucky Vicky is that it adds to Wonyoung's personal brand and reputation. It pushes further this image of being positive, hardworking, and not letting anyone get her down. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one.